Our officials for this match are first referee, Erlindo Eusebio, national referee. The second referee is Ryan Vincent Corpus, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for Capital1 Solar Energy. Outside spiker from the National University, number 10, team captain, Jorel Singh. Outside spiker from the College of St. Benilde, number 1, Janine Navarro. Center from Adamson University, number 14, May Magatuno. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 15, Des Clemente. Opposite hitter also from La Salle, number 19, Rovi Estrella. Middle blocker from Mariana University, number 21, Shirley Salamagos. Starting libero from NU, number 7, Bingo Landicho. And the head coach for Capital One is Roger Gorayan. And now the starters for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 2, team captain, Abby Maranyo. Opposite hitter from Adamson University, number 7, Bailin Pat. Outside spiker from La Salle, number 10, Ara Galal. Center from the National University, number 18, Joyme Cagande. Outside spiker also from NU, number 21, Cesc Robles. Middle blocker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 22, Pauline Gaston. Starting libero from NU, number 19, Jen Mierva. And the head coach for Chery Tiggo, Emilio Kung Fu Reyes Jr. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board.
And just about ready to put the ball into play, and we take a look with the starters with the yell.
No, for the Capital Solar Spikers, we've mentioned it earlier. This is a new team, but all familiar faces, a couple of players who already played in the professional scene, and a couple of returning players, but a lot of veterans in the lineup. Meanwhile, on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, very familiar starter for them, but with the addition of their key additions here, Abby Maranyo and Ara Galang. Again, Abby Maranyo being the new team captain of the Crossovers is confidence.
They had the chance to experiment with their combinations in the recent PNBF Champions League, where they finished 3rd. And in the meantime, we are underway. It's nice to see Ara Galang on the floor, and that's a potent starting lineup for Kung Fu Reyes. First attack by that is a quick counter. Capital One unable to pounce on it.
Fast transition there on the side of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. As you mentioned, Sev, this is a very solid front row for the Crossovers. You have Ara Galang, Maylene Pat, and Abby Maranyo right now.
Chery Tiggo, I love watching Joyme Cagande. She's a very good distributor. In the meantime, net touch, and 2-0 is the early score, with Chery Tiggo already 2 points up.
You mentioned that Joyme Cagande, one of the better setters also, and who is actually starting for the Crossovers this conference.
Oh, that's good news. In the meantime, that is rejected. Singh keeps it in play. Swung over. Abby Maranyo saying, can I go for it? It's Maylene who delivers, and it stays down. It's 3-0.
And the Crossovers taking advantage again of that free ball. Cagande with a reverse set to Maylene Pat, powering through the blockers.
Roger Gorayan not making any move yet. I'm sure he will be working on the team, because there's finally they get their first point of a block out.
A smart move there from Navarro.
And we have the first serve by Navarro. It's in play. Cagande, the set. Landicha tries to chase it. Kept alive by Capital One. Down the middle we go. Elevated by Navarro. Jorel has to hustle and scamper for it. Maranyot directing traffic. Galang blasts away and it's out of reach. It's 4-1. Franny has an early report. Go ahead, Franny.
7IL, you talked about Joymi Cagande. Let's wish her a happy birthday as she recently celebrated her birthday. And she told me that her birthday wish is a healthy conference for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, but also for them to reach their goal and to have better progress. She is stepping up this conference and she needs to develop more consistency and gelling with her teammates. She told me it's not just about building their confidence inside the court, but building her own confidence as well. She knows that with the help of her teammates, she'll be able to achieve this. At sabi nga ni Jasmine Nabor, kayang-kaya ni Joymi yan. She will lead the Crossovers to victory today. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Let's go to Aragalang serving.
Thank you very much, Franny. In the meantime, Aragalang, her second serve. The first one was an ace. She has 2 points so far here in the competition, in the match. In the meantime, another point. Maagang paghiwalay na Chery Ayel dito sa Capital 1.
Exactly. So far, Chery Tiggo showing some great consistency. Aragalang also has been consistent the service line, and very characteristic of her because she finished third in serving all throughout the conference in that second All-Filipino conference in 2023.
And you can't help but feel for Capital 1, the Solar Spikers. They're, of course, feeling the jitters, and Coach Roger does not wait for the technical timeout. He calls for a timeout. This should be interesting. It's been a while since I've heard him speak in a timeout.
Ano ba kayo? Nininervyos ba kayo? Dati kayong mga player, di ba? Sabi ko sa inyo, okay, nervyosin. Hindi po pwedeng nakikipagganyanan kayo. Malaki yung lamang nila, 7-1 yan eh. Tayo naman yung nagbigay ng score sa kanila eh. Di ba? Alam natin gagawin natin. Lahat kayo, nakapaglaro na dati. Gamitin yung experience nyo.
Let's go!
Hindi po pwedeng wala kayong spirit.
Tama naman yung lolo ko, no? And I tease him a lot because I do see him a lot in the mall. We have many conversations. There's a mall in Gilmore where we see each other very often. Tama naman yun. Ano? It's a lot of nerves on the part of Capital 1, actually.
But for them, they really need to find their flow. They need to find that mental space.
Okay, they'll have another chance during the technical timeout. To discuss that, we'll have you back with us. It's 8-1 in favor of Chery Tiggo. Aragalang will continue to serve. The only points so far scored by Capital Solar Spikers is the 1 point by Dai Navarro. Let's see if they can build up some more. Pat keeps it in play. The toss over by Robles. The strike. Oh, that'll count.
Right now, the Capital1 Solar Spikers, they have good attempts in terms of offense, but it's the Chery Tiggo Crossovers winning the rally so far.
And maingay itong si Jen Nerba, no? She's a bundle of energy, keeping everybody's spirits on Chery Tiggo on the uppity up. Mylene Pat, familiar move, and that's out of reach. It's 10-1.
Oh, you're right, Seva. Jen Nierva has been very stable in that floor defense, delivering that good first ball to Joymi Cagande.
And that's the role of the libero. Get that ball softly, gently as possible over to your setter. Galang has been there forever. Nerva keeps it alive. Cagande rather. Oh, Pat sees the open space and it's 11-1.
And Eileen Pat continues to go to that zone 2. Still no adjustment on the side of the Solar Spikers. So right now, very solid start here for the Crossovers.
They've been around and together for some time, even before Abby and Ara got over to this team. And because Abby and Ara have played against them for the longest time, they sort of fit in nicely. In the meantime, second attack point scored by Capital 1.
That was a great set from May Makatuno. Layug right now in the court are getting that cross-court attack.
And she and Navarro have the early points. Just the 2 points so far. This looks long, and it is. And Clemente sending it very long.
Missed opportunity there on the side of the Solar Spikers to gain some momentum.
First time for them to serve, actually. In the meantime, Abby Maranya. Si Abby naman kahit saan may pasok na team yan. Asset yan eh. Just good team player.
Exactly, not just in skills, but for the intangibles as well.
The leadership. Robles. It is stopped. That is kept alive by Gaston. Galang. Abby acting like a center that could not be handled by the Solar Spikers.
Mylene Pat having a good spiking day so far.
Yeah.
Still no changes in that angle.
Pat with 4 points of the 13 registered so far by the Crossovers. Looks short, it is.
Maranya trying to target a certain zone, but the toss was a bit too low for her.
And Solar Spikers will have the serve in play. That's in Australia. Runner. You need time really to develop the teamwork and the chemistry.
Because when you look at the Solar Spikers individually, they're also talented players.
They've been all around. They've been here, there, and everywhere. Meanwhile, we have Adorador seeing action for the first time, pulling out Pod.
And Alina Bicar back on the court.
Maingay ang pansa Chery Tiggo. Humihiyaw. Here's the setup. Easily handled that pipe attack. Robles, serious strike. Layug to the end zone.
Layug miscalculated that. Was giving away a free ball, but too much power in that pass.
You know, Coach Roger always it tries to understand, why are you practicing so well and you can't do it on the court? There are different circumstances, of course. Here's the strike. And back row. Yeah, crossed over into the front row. Yeah, it's an illegal attack. Look at this. This is a big margin. 16-3 lead by Chery Tiggo. Catch intense UAAP volleyball games and action-packed sports shows with signals. Sports action-packed. Panoorin ang mga paborito niyo sports league. Bundle into one postpaid plan or prepaid load for 300 pesos for 30 days. O subscribe na. Tawag sa 88555 or visit your nearest signal dealer. Ba, nadagdagan ang punto ng Capital One.
Cesc Robles there to widen that attack.
Up.
Well, some hesitation there on the side of Layog.
Tinawagan, ano?
She wasn't sure whether the referees already blew the whistle.
So, illegal serve ang nangyari. Okay. So, 17-4. Gaston trying to pounce on the regalo. Adorador. Here's Gaston finding the gap.
Bicar and Gaston showing some good connection that previous rally.
The meantime, timeout by Roger Gorriab.
Dalawang unit lang naman. I-spread nyo yung kamay mo na gano'n. Alam yung kilos kasi nila. Alam nila lahat ang ikikilos nila. Tayo parang nangangapa pa tayo eh. Given na bago tayong team. Pero given, marunong naman kayong lahat eh. Bakit para kayong first year lahat yan? Yung karakter nyo sa loob ang importante. Diba? Sinabi ko naman sa lahat kayo may skills. Huwag kayong ninervisin. At nagis mo yung bola, sinalo mo. Kahit na pabayaan mong pumatak. Para tayong bata niya sa volleyball eh. Alam mo na pag pumito na siya, okay na yan. Pabayaan mong bumagsak tayo. Service mo ulit. Ha? Sige.
And Coach Roger explaining the last violation for all of us. Suportahan ang Gilas Pilipinas kontra Chinese Taipei sa FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers dito sa February 25 gagawin yan dito sa Phil Sports Arena sa Pasig. So you can buy your tickets now. And we are underway. 18-4 dominant performance but too many errors by Capital One here. And binidiinan na ng Chery Tiggo itong Capital One.
And both setters so far having a great time in terms of playmaking.
Yeah, and the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Tama naman si Coach Roger Riela. No, parang okay, you have experience but it's not yet there. Parang you're either starstruck or too tense to get going.
Exactly.
And they're hitting long.
Well, a couple of errors already on the side of the Solar Spikers.
Para, ano sabi niya? Para tayong best cheerleaders. Sa college, you understand it. When that happens, there's teams that go through that transition. But, you know, at the pro level, well, let's see. Let's give them a chance also, to be fair. Tinapik ni Navarro. This one won't work. They reset it to her. She is rejected. Gaston scoring now her third point.
Easy kill block there on the side of Pauline Gaston. Navarro just tipping that over. And Coach Roger really mentioned that earlier. This players has the experience and he's trying to look for that experience in their game right now.
And maybe that's where the, you know, they're also in search of sino ba mga leaders natin dito sa team na to. Kasi sa kabila, automatic eh. Andiyan na si Abby, andiyan na si Mylene Pat, and they've been together for a while. Although this team has also gone through so many changes. Different iterations. That crosses over Gaston. Nearly bungling that. Gara shoots it into the long court. And it's too hot to handle for number 18. That's Rica Rivera.
Great adjustment on their side. Almost a miscalculation from Gaston in that first ball.
And we find Chery Tiggo 2 points away from pocketing this first set in very fast fashion, I must say. They want to go to Navarro, use her height actually. Bicar, Gaston getting away with a shot, but it's played neatly and Capital One gets it to go.
Layug from the back row, and a little help from the net as well.
Yes.
Disrupting the timing of Gaston in that floor defense.
Pati sapatos, bago ang Chery Tiggo. Pare-pareho pang pinag-orderan. In the meantime, looked long, but never went for it. Galang rejected. Becomes a set. Adorador!
No, Adorador has been effective in that down-the-line attack. 2 clean attacks for her already.
Yes, 2 in back. And we arrive already at set point. Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng Bayan. Kombinasyon. Gaston stretches for that. Galang. There's somebody home in the back row. This one down on the floor. Estrella gets it to bite.
Oh, so right now we've seen a couple of players already getting those points in for the Solar Spikers, and this is what Coach Roger has been trying to look for.
Galang. And we are done with set number 1. It ends at 25-6. Dominant performance, no question about it.
Exactly. Everyone getting involved in that scoring department. Ara Galang with that placement shot. A perfect zone for her.
And we will have your second set ready for you wherever you're following us very shortly. Okay, the Capital1 Solar Spikers were probably beaten by their own anxiety and nervousness in that opening set. It was such a one-sided opening set, 25-6, and some highlights from that dominant performance.
It was an easy set for the crossovers. They started strong and then they led all throughout the set. Joymie Cagande and Dalina Becar, great playmaking so far, getting everyone involved. We saw Ara Galang, Abby Maranyo, Pongay Gaston, Mylene Pat, a lot of times Adorador even when she was put in. So a great team effort so far from the crossovers. Meanwhile, on the side of the Solar Spikers, some sparks from some of the players in terms of attacking, but really the mindset and mentally they are not there yet. As we take a look at the numbers, a very dominant win on the side of the crossovers. 14 attack points against the 4 of the Capital1 Solar Spikers. 1 block point for the crossovers. No blocks, no service aces for the Solar Spikers, and 3 service aces on the side of the crossovers. For the Capital Spikers, they really need to get that first ball first to have more opportunities to score.
And some of the points that were scored were actually by the errors, which were not that many for Chery Tiggo.
Just goes to show how consistent they played in that first set.
Okay, let's get to meet Mika Romero and Mandy Romero. They're right there in that photo session. And they're, of course, the team owners. They are very optimistic about their joining the PVL. As what is Miko Halili doing in the building? He's the head of sports and content for Signal TV. He's around doing his job. So ganon, Yel, no? You've been on some teams that, wow, we're a mess here today. We're not playing well. What's the attitude? 1 point at a time. Try to get something that we know. Try to score it. It might be hard against Chery Tiggo, but what does Capital need to do to wake them up, really?
Oh, well, right now, they really have to focus on the skills. They have to get the first ball first, because in that first set, they were really struggling with the passing, and everything starts with the passing for them to have more opportunities to do their offense and score points. But right now for them, I think it's really their mental game that is lacking, because Coach Roger mentioned earlier, they have the experience. It's just a matter of them executing it.
And one of the most experienced players we've covered through the years is Patty Orindain, of course. We've seen Patty both in beach volleyball and indoor volleyball. It might be a wise thing to go to her for some early strikes. And she's wearing number 12 for the Capital1 Solar Spikers.
It seems like Coach Roger is still trying to look for that stable first six.
Correct. Yeah, getting to know you game ito eh, no? But iba pag practice, iba pag laro eh.
That's true.
Underway, and the service saves the very first. Down the middle we go. Tarandang seeing action for the first time. By the way, the Laure sisters are already on the floor for Chery Tiggo.
And this is a luxury on the side of the crossovers. They have a deep bench, so anyone they put in is really capable of contributing.
First to serve is EJ. They're still trying to get something from Navarro. No, that's Clemente rather. And they get something on the block. We're much closer here. It's an early lead by Capital1. It's 2-1.
So we're seeing some change on the lineup here of the Capital1 Solar Spikers. So Jel Quizon from the UE Lady Warriors in as their playmaker.
Alam mo, matangkad din itong, tama yung report kanina ni Franny, no? Sabi niya, they went for height. And speaking of Franny, let's get a recent and a new update from her.
Thanks, Sev. I got to speak with Jorel saying she's at the bench right now suffering cramps, but she told me actually that the team was surprised at how fast they got close to each other off the court. However, that hasn't translated for them yet inside the court. They still have unforced errors. Nagkakapaan pa sila, but they must show the willingness and the fight inside the court. Things that Coach Roger was asking of his girls. It's not just that they have to put a fight, but all of them have to be aligned in fighting for this win. Now, this report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Let's go back to Shaya Adorador serving.
Okay, thank you very much. And the last point was scored by Ia Laure. And this is 4 touches. And
Amy Hernandez and Jas Nabor on your screens.
Durandes, who's on the floor as libero, gets to it. Better activity on the part of Capital1 daw. Mas may habol ngayon. Bicar. And there's a net touch by Capital1.
No, but so far, Capital1 looking better compared to their start in that first set. They're getting more balls up, more attempts as well in their offense.
At saka humahabol na. Hindi kagaya kanina, pinapanood yung bola mahulog actually. It was a very big win in the first set, 25-6 by Chery Tiggo. And Tiggo scores anew. They still find themselves in the lead by 3.
That a quick attack was well read by Seth Rodriguez. Ready for that kill block.
Adorador serving long, but it sails in. Navarro. Bicar on 2. Bicar goes traditional. It's in the air. The set. Patty Orindain gets it to 5.
And this is what the Solar Spikers need. They need a go-to player right now. And so far, it has been Patty Orindain for them. Great cross-court attack, just right on the line for her.
Didn't see action in the first set. Has already scored 2 points here in the second. Whipped over by Ia. Blocked. And it's outside, however.
Niegos from the back row, intentionally going for the hands of Ea Laure.
Niegos and her serve in play. Seth Rodriguez. Here's the set. And it is long.
Quezon trying to go to Niegos again, but lack of risk action in that attack.
Yes. 7-5 tally here. Chery Tiggo slightly up here in the second set.
Tighter start here in the second set.
Ia serve. Orendain. Ia was there. Here comes a shot by EJ. And it's a check ball. We're at the first technical timeout at 8-5. We'll have more volleyball action from the heart of volleyball after this. Hirap pag dating player, binabatukan, na ganyan yung si Ayel. Kayo talaga. Good news, mga kapatid. Mapapanood na natin ngayon sa pinakabagong free-to-air channel na talaga naman para sa Pinoy. Ang RPTV tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9, OTT Channel 19 at sa higit 300 cable at satellite providers nationwide sa Signal Play. Orendain is all set to serve. And Patty, the grizzled veteran, gets it to sail in. EJ Laure blasts away. And Diego's unable to lift it high.
A great effort from Rivera there, but Niegos out of position.
We're going to go with the serve now of Rodriguez. This is Seth. Navarro. Problematic reception, but they make do. Navarro sees the opening.
And right now, the open hitters of the Solar Spikers are their reliable attackers, Navarro and Orendain.
Napawisan na eh. Pwede na.
Naka-warm up na.
Naka-warm up na. Ginamit yung first set as warm up. This is a long serve.
Oh, but they're still struggling from the service line. They need to find a way to keep that ball on their side of the court.
Itinaas. Ano? Sorry.
Coach Aaron Velez on your screens earlier.
One of the coolest dudes in Philippine volleyball. Here comes the preparation for Navarro. High up and no problem for Ia. Garandang tapped it gently.
No, that was a great dig from Ea Laure. Clemente trying to go for that block.
Yes.
Fortunately scraping the net.
11-7 ang ating bilang as Alina Bicar serve is red hot. And Orendain forces that mistake, forces Roger Goroyev to press the timeout buzzer. Let's tune in.
Re-receive muna tayo ng maayos. Huwag niyong madaliin. Receive muna. Singer, coverage tayo. Yung pa nire-receive nyo kasi parang nagmamadali kayo pupunta doon. Kaya lang yan, 7:15. Maiksi na nga lang kanina yan eh. Ano? 13? 12:7. Wasan nyo na yung mga error na ganyan na pambata lang yan. Dito ang kamay pa gano'n. Hindi galing dito sa... Palo ng palo kasi.
Napaka-realistic ng timeout ni Coach Roger. Samantala, suportahan ang Gilas Pilipinas kontra Chinese Taipei sa FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers. February 25 po yung game dito sa Phil Sports Arena sa Pasig. Buy your tickets now. Ano pa sasabihin mo eh, no? Navarro is blocked but kept in play. Laures pass it to each other. And it bites.
Oh, just the right amount of power for EJ Laure to get that point off the hands of Quezon.
It's a battle between a side that has some teamwork developed over a period of time while a new team trying to find out what works for them. Dorantes battling for the pickup. And it's down on the ground. Not yet quite. Navarro tosses it over. Here comes Bicar who chases it. Karandang with a quick. The set. Ito medyo nagiging predictable yung Capital 1. Going almost exclusively to Navarro. Durandes regalo. Well done by Bicar keeping it in play. Well done also by Capital 1 on the other end. Very long rally. The first one. Quezon got to it, and Navarro has to dump it over. This could take a while. Bicar goes the other direction. Good pick up that time, no problem. And nabutasan. Rivera kept it very much in play, the libero of Capital 1.
Oh, better execution this time on the side of the Solar Spikers. Great effort in the defense, and Navarro staying patient in that offense. A lot of attempts for her before that point.
Quezon serve, regalo. And they were quick to pounce on it. Let's send it to Franny.
Sev, you're seeing Alina Bicar inside the court for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. She missed action for most of last year, and fans have been eagerly awaiting her return. Management told me through Coach Aaron Velez that they knew she would be coming back in today's game, and this is the first step that they're taking in order to become an even more intact unit. With her at the disposal of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, we can look for the even stronger place from the Crossovers. Back to you.
Maraming salamat. Ronnie Reyes reporting from our sidelines here at the Phil Sports Arena. This service, wow. I've never seen a bad serve from you, but this is the first time, and she knew it.
Just trying to serve strong, but the missed contact there.
Mali lahat eh. Toss, palo. Navarro has played almost every minute of this game. She was a starter. Iya hits it down the line.
And the zone 1 has been a problem on the side of the Solar Spikers. Still no adjustment on their side. It's been a hole in that floor defense of theirs.
Walang nakikinig kay Coach Kung Fu. Sayaw na sayaw kasi. He's looking for a couple of subs. In the meantime, Mandal takes care of business.
No, Mandal with a power tip there. No need with a lot of power. Recognizing that there was a gap in between the blocks. Maximizing that.
Kapatid ba yan ni Jao? Malamang, no? Tangamin natin.
Franny?
Oo. Jao Mandal, of course, one of our, who was the most valuable player of Signal in the men's tournament of the PNBF. We'll find out in just a short while. We have a gap. Okay, catch intense UAAP volleyball games and action-packed sports shows with Signal's Sports Action Pack. Panoorin ang mga paborito ninyong sports leagues, bundled up into one postpaid plan or prepaid load for 300 pesos for 30 days. Subscribe na, tawag sa 88555 or visit your nearest Signal dealer. Mukhang on the ball ang ating courtside reporter at ang ulat niya ay kapatid niya ni Shai Umandal, si Jao Umandal. Amantala, Cagande sends it into the net.
And the Solar Spikers just 4 points away and closing this gap.
Torrendes. And that is hooked in cleanly. Mylene Pat using that southpaw stab of hers.
Coach Godfrey Okumu.
Di ba yung daughter niya naglalaro sa Japan? No.
Is also part of the national team.
Samantala, sinira ng Capital 1 yung isang board natin doon. Mylene Pad goes to the end line and makes it 18-12. And we have a timeout. Time to sneak in. But first, the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng ba.
Kaluwag kayo dalawa nito eh. Dapat magdikit kayo. Kasing height nyo lang naman yun. Hindi naman mas matangkad sa inyo. Kaso problema, pag tumalong kayo, nakataas lang yung kamay nyo. Yung kaliwa niyang kamay. Gaganon kasi yun. Eh, makikita nyo naman yung pagtaas kung gaganito siya. Kung saan siya kakabig, sundan ninyo.
Hey, kapitan! Sala!
Pero ito tingnan mong mabuti as we take a look at some of the Petrogas players still chilling and hanging around. Wala rin gagawin sa bahay. You know, look at the material that Roger has. He has height,
No,
has
exactly.
experience. It's now just a matter of mixing the ingredients.
And the playing in sync. We saw a glimpse of that earlier, but right now, Chery Tiggo enjoying the game.
And the chief choreographer is Pongay Gaston. And they have no idea. We just put them on television. In the meantime, this service long. Alam mo, they will need a couple of games for them to get the hang of being together, you know.
And as you mentioned earlier, it's a very different playing in training than playing in an actual game.
Iba yung may ilaw, iba yung aircon, yung television, maraming factors. May audience.
So right now, this is their first test, this conference.
But it's nice to know that the sport is alive and well. We have new teams, new opportunities for players, and this is a mess. Rodriguez knocks in an ace, makes it 21-13 here in the second.
Solar Spikers earlier were already getting that momentum, but right now they've been struggling in their passing. Coach Roger mentioned that earlier. They need that first pass first.
Close to 6 aces already by the crossovers. Lift up that time by Cagande. Pat, and she has continued to score with that left-handed shot.
Exactly, that Pat being left-handed seems to be a problem on the side of the Solar Spikers.
Hindi nila mabasa, no? Hindi nila malagyan ng block.
Exactly.
And Mylene is just going to blast away if you can't stop me. Orendain hoists it high, the shot off the block. Will you go back to Mylene? Yes, you will. And she gets it again. Navarro tried her best, but just too much heat coming from Mylene Pat.
So it's not just the angles of Mylene Pat, it's also the power there, getting that ball through the hands of Navarro.
You think about it, halos buong first 6 wala except for Cagande para dito sa Chery Tiggo. They altered Their lineup, well, give everybody a chance to play here today. Cagander like a libero. Kept in play. Long, but Ialaure went for it. Orendain. Cagander reading it well. Carandang becomes the setter. The shot by EJ.
Solar Spikers are ready for that strong attack from Laure, but just spinning that ball over a bit late in trying to go for that defense.
EJ Lauren making 4 points so far, and we are already at set point. Navarro hesitating. Carandang. Uh-oh, Rodriguez is out of position.
Navarro just spinning that ball. They were able to slow that down, but Rodriguez could not get to the ball on time.
First set going the way of Chery Tiggo at 25-6. Up, net is shaking. Net touch could be Carandang.
Oh, that set was too tight to the net. Laure is creeping the net on her way down.
Laure pala. In the meantime, Salamagos, also a veteran, gets it to float in. And we are done. In a way, you could say a much better set for Capital because they attacked more cohesively. They played better actually in the second set.
Oh, but crossovers just staying consistent all throughout. Still a difficult match for the Capital Solar Spikers.
And let's see what they do in the third set. The sets all belong to Chery Tiggo. First set, dominant, 25-6, but in the second set, a better performance by Capital One, scoring at least in double digits. But the set line belongs to Chery Tiggo so far, yeah.
Exactly. Capital1 Solar Spikers performing better, executing better in that first set. We saw that Orinda In was effective and Niegos was effective as well. But towards the end, some misses and that the passing really hurt them, really hurt their momentum. But on the side of the crossovers, everything so far is so smooth for them, from offense to defense. They have been very cohesive. They've stayed consistent, not a lot of errors on their end. That's the reason why it has been easy for them so far. As we take a look at the numbers, 12 attack points for Chery Tiggo Crossovers. An improved number for the Solar Spikers with 8 attack points. Still no kill blocks for them. Talking about the Solar Spikers, 1 kill block for the Crossovers. Crossovers serving better with 3 aces and 1 ace only for the Solar Spikers.
Okay, we're just about ready to get going, and the service errors, boy.
So far, 6 for the Solar Spikers and 4 for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Doremdes flies on the floor. This one is playable, but they are unable to put it up. Omandal unable to swing it neatly, actually.
No, exactly. And they need to find a way to get that blocking formation well against Maylene Paat, because you can't leave only one blocker.
And that hurts. And Landicho was miles away because that ball got caught in the net, got a friendly roll for Chery Tiggo. By the way, we have Abby Maranyo back on the floor, so is Aragalan. They are the starters, 2 of the starters actually. Paat does not force it. Quezon sets, and Mandal's shot finds a way home.
Quezon activating Umandal early on the set, and this is what they need to give their outside hitter some space for attacking. They want to get their middles involved.
Quezon all set to serve. That is blocked out. Aragalan with their usual display of power from the wings. This serves neatly into the opposite court. Chase down. Abby Maranyo kept it in play. This is neatly done by Niegos.
And Quezon so far organizing the offense well.
In the meantime, I'll go to Franny later. Let's just play this this point first. In the meantime, one-handed set. Ay, touch. Okay, Franny, ngayon na.
Thanks so much, Seb. For Jenierva and the crossovers, the impact was instant with the additions of Aragalan and Abby Maranyo. Since day one, training has felt so much lighter. Abby Maranyo, of course, provides leadership, but also organization and guidance to all her teammates. And for Ara, she serves as a role model to all the young guns. They highlighted actually how hard-working she is in training, and that fuels the rest of the team to go even harder in their practices. That's something that they want to keep doing as the season, as this conference goes on, because they know that the championship won't come easy. They'll take it one game at a time, and it all starts with that hard work. Now you can catch the PVL on the Pilipinas Alive app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now or watch via PilipinasLive.com and experience PVL games live in HD and commercial-free anytime and anywhere in the world. Let's send it to Chang Abby as she serves.
May kodigo ba si Franny nung sinabi niya yun? Parang wala eh. Merang memorize niya eh. Paulit ko, no? No, but you know, Avi Marañas was telling me, we had a conversation, when the season ended for F2, the previous conference, they had no idea, the players, that the team was going to be disbanded. It was heartbreaking for all of them, especially for those who have been with the team for the longest time. But they moved on, they found different places, and we'll get to see where everybody has gone in the next couple of days, of course. There's that big attempt by Pat. Robles. Oh! Tinginan. Umandal and Navarro look at each other, and that's gone.
Costly error there. Could have been another opportunity for them to keep the rally going.
I think what Roger is realizing, and I think he goes into this with his eyes wide open, given his experience, there's a lot of work to be done. Can't win it right away. The games will come and they'll be learning along the way. In the meantime, they're striking hard here, trying to take this third set. We take a look at Mr. Tony Lau and Mike Verano, our UAAP Volleyball Commissioner. Ooh.
Great serve from Niegos.
And we're tied.
A floating serve there, dropping in front of Aragalang and Jen Mierva.
Robles had to stretch on the floor. Laking bagay nandiyan si Pati Orendain sa Flora. Gives them so much experience. And they have better energy here. Long rally, the second longest. Taas, sabi ni Pati. Awesome assault on the floor. And look at this, first lead by Capital 1. Spike of the set at Iseñon Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
A great placement there from Navarro, but a great effort from Orendain in terms of floor defense.
Sid Niegos. Robles, that's off the block, and the back row unable to handle the red-hot volleyball.
Still, that zone 1 continues to be a problem on the side of the Solar Spikers. But a great read there from Navarro, just a bit late.
And here's Cesc Robles. Joust at the net. Dorendes hoists it high, Galang taps it over. Robles, good dig, and a lot of power from Miley Bob. And we arrive at the first technical timeout now. Not Chery Tiggo, they have reached all these technical timeouts ahead. We'll have you back with us very quickly. Good news, mga kapatid. Napapanood na rin natin sa bagong free-to-air channel na talaga naman para sa Pinoy. Ito ang RPTV. Tutok na sa Analog TV Channel 9. OTT Channel 19. It's a higit 300 rather na satellite providers nationwide at sa Signal Play. Mylene Pad leading the scoring parade for the crossovers with 10 points thus far. Quezon has been steady on the floor, resets the offense. Orendain, that is returned, and on 2 effort by Quezon. Galang will dump it over. Quezon goes to Orendain. Dorendes says no way. Galang runs for it. Long. Landicho has to hustle. And it's outside on the attempt on the bar. Not bad. Good rally.
Exactly. Great floor defense, great effort on the offense. Navarro trying to go to zone 1, but just too much angle.
Yep. Sometimes we say there's no angle, but sometimes there can be too much angle. Minsan, angle na, dami pa, may pectus pa, talagang naguluhan na ang bola. Look at Patty Orindain, track that down. Net is shaking and dancing. And the point will belong to Chery Tiggo that now advances by 3. Very brief fling with the lead by Capital One. They led early at 7-6.
And for the Solar Spikers, they need to avoid those kinds of errors because it's really killing their momentum.
Yeah, can't go anywhere. Ooh, Salamago's not alert to the one-handed set. Galang hammers it. Landicho keeps it alive. Here we go with Orindain. Add some wallop to it. Pot from way back, and that is down and out. Pot has 11 points, and all the timeouts thus far have been called by Capital One and Roger Guriev.
Sa taas ng set mo eh. Tapos pag nagsiset ka pa ng open, nagmamadali ka. Hindi pa nakakatalon masyado yung quicker, nakaset ka sa open. Tapos yung bumablock sa open mo, dalawa ng dalawa. Hindi naihila ng quicker mo. Yung middle natin. Kaya nagdadalawa rito. Masyadong mataas yung set. Madaling depensahan eh. Mahirap opensa, masyadong mataas. Hindi naman 6'5 yung papalo eh. Sige.
Hey, Kapitan!
Guys.
Reality check, ano? You need a coach to tell you those things because they're the ones who see what's happening. And you, of course, can't question the experience of Roger Guriev. 11-7.
Important reminders to Quezon.
Wala talaga. You know this, Ayel. Ang setter talagang
It's a crucial role.
best friend ng coach. Uh-oh. Net shaking. Ayan, oh. Ilan na yan? Ilan na yan, ha?
Since the start of the game, actually, they've been committing that net violation always when they're trying to go for that net defense.
We have a new face on the floor, number 16 for Capital One. This is Kath Dizon. Cesc Robles is going to serve for all of us. Landicho, Dizon. Dorandes has done a fine job keeping the ball in play. Navarro. Full swing, and it's out of reach.
Better set this time to Patty Orindain. And you know Patty as a very talented outside hitter as well. She knows how to score a point. So they would want to give her more attempts here.
Yes, I agree. Patty serve, Galang receives it. Gaston's shot, parried away. Off the block, Galang alert to it. This is playable, and Yerba gets to it. He's on. Too gentle. They need to hit hard here. Robles does. Patty keeps it alive. Great spunk by Patty Orindain. Gaston. It's in the air. Second longest rally. Tumba si Nierba. Ang pumikit dito mawawalan ng bola. Nakapagod yan. Diba? Hindi ka humihinga.
Long rally.
Hindi ka humihinga niya. Galang long!
Some test of endurance here also on the side of the Solar Spikers. Even on the side of the crossovers, they're all trying to catch their breath here.
I'm saying, nakakapagod yun. So you don't want the ball to fall. And they could not, neither side, although the point went to Capital One, could make a decisive clean hit to score, save for that error by Galang. Robles. Now, Galang dumps it. Oh, but we missed it.
A hesitation there from Orinda In because she saw Quezon already trying to set that ball, but she let that go too late already.
Yeah, medyo nagkalituan na. Aragalang has contributed 7. Gaston on serve. Landicha. Navarro. Galang taps it. Ooh. Look at Roger Goriev shaking his head.
Well, that's because it was a good read from Niegos, but no support from any teammates there. Another missed opportunity for them.
Kailan hinabol na yun kasi yung Landicha had to convert herself into a setter actually. In the meantime, Gaston stretches the lead to 6. And she has added or contributed 5 points. Ia Laure returns to the match, putting out Cesc Robles. Everybody who's in a uniform has seen action over there at Chery Tiggo. He's on. That's not going to cross. He decisively set it.
Exactly. Well read there.
Yes, we are in the second technical timeout. Mark it as 16-9. Chery Tiggo threatening to seal the deal here in the third. Okay, huwag kalimutan ng FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifiers ay aandar na at suportahan natin ang Gilas Pilipinas. Ang laro nila dito sa Philippines, February 25 dito sa Phil Sports Arena sa Pasig. You can buy your tickets now. They have another game which is on Thursday, which will be in Hong Kong. In the meantime, Galang blocked. Bijan putting 2 hands on it.
Stuff block there coming from Dizon. Perfect timing and pressing her hands in to get that kill block.
16-10. Galang wants it again. Pinabawi. Smart setting.
Exactly. I was going to say that Cagande giving Aragalang a chance to make up for that error earlier. This time, better angle for her. Omandal also late in closing that block.
Horrendous, unstoppable. Galang. And when she puts power on it, it's hard to contain, really. 18-10, Roger Goriev might be running out of points and sets here.
Papaluin na yung bola bago ka tumalon. Talagang tatap sa'yo yung bilisan mo. Huwag mo siyang hintayin. Hindi naman magsasabi yan. Nasa yung blocker ko. Bulin niyo ako. Ikaw nasa sa'yo naman yung taas ng bola niya eh. Konting sipag. Konting tiyaga. Reception pati. Paabutin niyo dun sa unahan para makaplay tayo.
Hey! Capital 1!
Subdivision for Chery Tiggo, number 18.
Again, it's been a dissertation on simple details that are so important in this game.
Coach Roger would want his players to be more decisive and quick in their decision making.
one-handed set. Then look at Abby Marano take care of bringing her team to a 9-point lead.
Oh, that was a really quick attack. Quezon could not even react to that.
You know, Navarro has played the entire game. Huh? Gala.
And Coach Roger wants to keep her in as she's one of the veterans talking about Navarro. But this time, Ara Galang switching her angle, going down the line this time, off the hands of Quezon.
Naramdaman ko yung power ni Ara Galang. Ano siya, malakas talaga yung balo. Nag-ricochet doon sa block. Umabot sa akin dito, may power pa rin talaga. Oo. Pag ito nahasa itong team na ito, malaki ito eh.
Oh, exactly.
Tangkad eh. Pang PVL itong team na ito. So designed to play in the PVL, to match up against all the others.
As we mentioned earlier, they just really need to learn from their coming games. They just need to keep on improving, but the talent is already there, height is there.
Experience is there. And we are at 20. It's going to be a short night for this match, it seems. Adorador. And it's now 21-11.
Bicar and Adorador in right now.
Well done, but in play. It's outside. Alam mo, it might not sound correct lang. But alam mo, uy, first challenge. Akala ko, diretso walang challenge, oh. Pero alam mo, veterano itong team ng Chery Tiggo. Magulang na rin maglaro ito. They know what it takes to win games in this tournament. In the meantime, the first really challenge, sabi nila, andyan lang, di gamitin.
And as mentioned, Sev, this team already has a good mix of people.
Yeah.
They have built their chemistry, so it's just really a matter of, executing their game plan. And right now, they're really executing perfectly.
Sorry. Gitna, Mayor, sa gitna. Gusto ko nga po sa gitna.
We are awaiting the decision of the challenge. I miss sitting on the other side, really. At least doon pwede tayong makialam eh. Dito tayo nag-aantay. Ay, ito na. Pagka nakakantsawan, lumalabas agad eh. Ang tingin mo? Tila meron ah. Yes or no?
Oh, tough one there.
Okay, no. Okay. Sabi, let's go po. Sige, subukan natin. Libre naman eh.
Oh, but still, Chery Tiggo here with a very comfortable position.
And they are 4 points away from sewing up the match. First win of the conference. Negos. And that's rejected. Laures slammed and denied access.
No, if there's one player who has been consistent on the side of the Solar Spikers, Niegos is quietly consistent for them from offense to defense, marking the right angle there of Ea Laure.
Niegos has chipped in 4 points. Easy dig. Oh. That is too hard to handle.
And too quick as well.
Yes.
Makatuno was actually on the right spot but could not react on the right time.
They tried their best to catch it with their shoulder. But in the meantime, Gaston moves out and Karandang is in. 22-13 tally here in the third. First two sets belong to Chery Tiggo. Laure. And it's out of reach. Rivera tried her best, but just too much power to handle. Tiptoeing towards the finish line is Chery Tiggo. Oh, Navarro off her elbow. And we arrive at match point.
Sabi Maranyo serving long. Navarro actually recognized it a bit late, but it was on its way out.
Niegos. Orendain had no room, but she found a way to make that happen.
A good adjustment there on the side of Orindain. That the set was too tight to the net,
Yes.
but that the left hand control works for her.
Yes, indeed. 10-point lead. Cut shot. And that is out.
Yeah,
Capital One still kicking.
exactly. Niegos choosing the hands of Laura to get that point. But they have to play perfect volleyball here.
All the way. Malayo, parang malayo yung lamang eh. And what you were saying? Wala eh. And that'll do it for this one. And that will bring our day here in the Premier Volleyball League to a close. But we still have to present to you our best player. But it's final count of 25-6, 25-15, and 25-15. Stay with us. We'll wrap up the day and give you the schedule for the next play date. Okay, this is the final stat line, sets all the way for Chery Tiggo. And who is our best player?
No, Aragalang contributing both in offense and defense.
12 points by Aragalang, and she is with Franny.
Thank you so much, Seb. We saw her resurgence last year, and she comes back to the All-Filipino Conference as player of the game, none other than Ara Galang. 12 points off 9 attacks, 1 block, and 2 service aces. Ara, can you tell us about your game, your progress, your confidence coming into the All-Filipino?
First game, syempre excited. Excited kaming lahat. And yun lang. And masaya lang maglaro kasama yung buong teammates ko.
Kamusta naman ang challenge at ang adjustment sa inyo ni Chang coming into this new team?
Hindi naman mahirap, pero marami pa kami kailangan i-adjust and ma-polish yung galaw. Pero doing good naman.
Doing good is an understatement. Sabi mo sa akin kanina, you are in your red era as signaled by your hair. What can we expect from Aragalang and the Chery Tiggo Crossovers in this red era?
Pagbubutihan ka pa, pag sisipagin ka pa, and I'll be more efficient sa team. Yun lang.
Thank you so much, Ara. Now is your chance to greet the fans at home and any supporters that you have. Go ahead.
Yes, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Chery and sa Chery Management. Maraming salamat po. And sa family ko, yes, Salas, Galang, Amutan family, and sa friends ko, maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, Ara. Thank you to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. 7AL, help me close this out.
Thank you. At muntik nang pag-blend si Franny dun sa mga pula dun. Ano? Tingnan natin ang ilang mga choice cuts at kaganapan dito sa dominant performance. Yung experience in Chery Tiggo could not be denied against the neophyte, the rookie team natin. Although, sabi nga ni Coach Roger, may experience, but it's a matter still of gelling all that experience.
Exactly, and it was a tough day for the Capital1 Solar Spikers as they play against a very intact core in the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, a good mix of veterans and young talents, but the Crossovers just really executing well today, playing cohesively. They were very efficient from offense to defense. Anyone put in was really able to contribute, and that goes to show how deep their lineup is, their bench is. But for the Capital1 Solar Spikers, a lot to learn. Still a good start for them. They had a bit of a jitters in the first set, but they were able to overcome that. They played better in the second and third set, but again, still a lot to learn from them, and for sure in their next games, they'll be able to execute better.
Thanks, Ayel. That was so well said. And RJ brings us to a close. Bihira itong maaga kaming makatatapos. At earlier today, another new team, yung strong group, also did not get past Petrogas in the first match today. And here are some numbers.
It really shows there is a big disparity between attack points. 42 big points for Chery Tiggo Crossovers against the 20 of Capital1 Solar Spikers. More block points for Crossovers, and a big number of service aces, and 9 points there against just the 2 of the Solar Spikers. And there is a big need for the Solar Spikers to play more consistently, as they gave away 20 points to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers with their unforced errors. Chery Tiggo Crossovers are just giving away 12 points.
Okay, in behalf of Ayel and Franny Reyes, that's it for us. But not without telling you that on Thursday, we've got a loaded schedule of day on that day. Another new team coming back, actually in gallery, and PLDT. PLDT has a different team, ano? Majoy Baron is already there. And look at that, Choco Mucho will try to hit the floor against NX LED. At maingay itong Coliseum na ito on that day. Oh, there's nothing more to say except keep the heart of volleyball beating right here in the Premier Volleyball League. We'll see you next time.